You know, I couldn't tell you how long I've been playing draft leagues. I couldn't tell you how many leagues I've been in. I couldn't tell you my win-loss record, how good I am, how bad I am. All I could tell you is I've never won a league, and this is our best opportunity in a long, long time to do so. Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to the final in the CLTU. And I wasn't nervous leading up to this, but in the last half hour, 45 minutes, yeah, the nerves have kicked in. Not going to be easy, this. A little bit worried, not going to lie, a little bit worried. Primarily because we've never won a league before, and this would be great just to say it's been done. Just to say we've won one, and regardless of what happens for the rest of this run, I can at least say I actually did win one draft league, and that would be great. But we'll see what happens. It's not going to be easy, and yeah. Our opponent this week going into the finals is checkmate coach of the Twickenham Passamian, and he was over in the other conference. He finished 4-2 in the regular season, and he managed to play his way through playoffs. He had to go through 2 rounds of playoffs to reach the finals, quarterfinal, semi-final. So he managed to play his way into get into the finals. So this is not going to be easy, and he's got a very tough team. There's no denying that. So it won't be easy. But yeah, his team, as you can see for me here now, consists of Megalatias, Zamazenta Crowned, Nidoking, Spectrier, Zapdos, Rotom Wash, Zarude, Omastar, Magmortar, Primeape, and really tough. He's got some really scary threats there. The Megalatias is a problem. You can't get around it. We honestly cannot get around the fact that Megalatias is a huge problem. That thing can come in and set up Calm Minds. It's a disaster. We do not deal well with Megalatias. Zamazenta Crown is a big problem, primarily because it will always force us to move into our Zamazenta Crown answer and click Howl. And an awful lot of teams do not have a ready-made +1 attack Zamazenta Crown check or counter, so that is a big problem for us. And aside from that, he has like pretty decent special breakers in Nidoking and Spectrier. Like, I say decent because we have Ubers allowed, but like they're terrifying. Like, Spectrier is an Uber in his own right, but is allowed in draft leagues. So like they're going to hit hard and hit very hard on top of all that. So we got a couple of like big threats that we really do have to deal with, and it's not going to be easy. Another thing that's really difficult about this team is that we can't come in like what we did say in other weeks and just set up a layer of spikes and layer rocks and then just allow our offense to take over, because he's got so many spike immunities that we actually have to get reliable chip on several Pokemon for us to be able to kind of come in and then allow our offense to take over and do the work. So this is going to be quite difficult, but hopefully we can win. But yeah, that's his team. Let me show you mine. First things first is we are running King Tut, our Cofagris, rocking out with 248 HP, 108 in Fizz Def, and 8 in Speed Def with the relaxed nature. I'll show you why we're running relaxed in a little bit. But the reason I have this EV spread is primarily here to stop Zamazenta Crown. This is going to be our #1 Zamazenta Crown answer. Whenever we see that come in, we bring the Cofagris. We then go for the body press because we're able to break a Cofagris sub with that. And then we just slowly wither that thing down. That's the idea behind it. Like, if we can remove the Zamazenta Crown, and that frees up the Cofagris to kind of come in and deal with other threats, whether it be Primeape, Omastar, Magmortar, something like that, it has served its purpose, if you get me, if we see the Zamazenta Crown gone. Big thing here for the Cofagris is that we really have to kind of, I mentioned this prior, we have to kind of reveal body press early so as to scare the Zarude coming in on the Cofagris, because that is the Zarude would be the Cofagris answer, or definitely the Cofagris wall breaker. So it would be on us to make sure that we are able to make sure that thing can't come in for free, and that we're able to just come in and click body press and scare that thing constantly, or we'll go for the Will-O-Wisp and nerf that thing and then allow us to pivot around that potentially. But yeah, that's Cofagris. Let's go on to the next one. After that, I'm bringing Nagato, our Ash Greninja, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam Surf, and Water Shuriken is the moveset. Run the Expert Belt. I do not want the Life Orb Recoil this week, and I kind of don't need it, so that's the reason why I'm not running it. I'm just going to run the E-Belt instead. 248 in speed to make sure that we're able to outspeed the Spectrier, and then the rest offense and a little bit in HP. Very simple here set this week. We need this thing to help us break through the Megalatias, particularly if it's a non-Calm Mind Megalatias. That'd be great. Calm Mind Megalatias is a big threat. I'm honestly terrified about it. Woke up this morning thinking about it even. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. We've got to go for the Dark Pull. We've got to make sure that we can get Ashgren and we can hopefully break through some of these mons early. We've Ice Beam them for the Zarude and the Zapdos, and then Surf is our reliable stab move. And then I was kind of debating over Water Shuriken, U-turn, or Spikes. Spikes I dismissed because of the immunities. U-turn would have been nice, but the big problem for me is I do not want to get paralyzed by U-turn on a Zapdos. That was a big fear of mine. I don't want to be dealing with that. So instead, I'm going to go with the Water Shuriken, because if he has, say, a Shell Smash and Omastar or something of that ilk, or a Scarf Nidoking, the Water Shuriken will be able to stop that. So that's the idea behind Ashgren. Give us that priority to be able to shut those threats down. After that, bringing Nerve, our Tornadus, Therian, Hurricane, U-turn, Knockoff, and Toxic is the moveset. The EV spread, you're probably looking at what's going on here. I am bringing enough Fizz Def for us to make sure that we are never 2-hit KO'd by a Zarude. So that is really, really nice. This is going to be our Pokemon that's going to come in on the Zarude and just be a nuisance. Then the rest is put into speed to make sure we're able to outspeed Zarude. Actually, not just Zarude, Mega Latias as well. So we're able to outspeed Mega Latias and be able to kind of, you know, hit that pretty relatively hard. And then the rest is just put into HP and special attack so we can hit Hurricanes a little bit harder. The big thing here with Tornadus is that when it comes in, I really want to click Toxic most of the time. I want to click Toxic on an incoming Zapdos. I want to click Toxic on an incoming Rotom Wash. I want to click Toxic on a Mega Latias. So most of the time you're probably going to see me going for the Toxic just to kind of wear stuff down. I'm humming and hawing if I really want to U-turn on the Mega Zapdos, not the Mega Zapdos, but the Zapdos in general. It's not great, but the big thing here for me is if I can Toxic that Mega Latias, then I'm a lot more freer to U-turn at that point, because even if I got the Zarude in, like, I'd be slower than it, I can U-turn it and bop it, or like, you know, I could just, you know, just let this thing pivot and move around stuff. Like, it's not a big deal as long as I get that Mega Latias Toxic. One Mega Latias is not Toxic, I'm going to be very hesitant about U-turning in front of that Zapdos, because it's going to be very, very scary. Speaking of Zapdos and Rotom Wash, we are bringing Voodoo, our Galarian Slowking this week, and this is going to be our main Zapdos and Rotom Wash answer. I'm bringing enough Split Def in order to deal with a offensive Zapdos and an offensive Rotom Wash, and then the rest I'm put into special attack. Ice Beam, Fire Blast, Psychic, and Trick Room is the moveset this week. Trick Room, there you go. That's the reason why I'm running the relaxed Cofagris, and I'm running the sassy Galarian Slowking. I feel like Trick Room could be very problematic for him. I feel that if we're able to kind of come in, we're going to force a switch, and we're not going to reveal this early, we're going to reveal this later on, but I'd be able to kind of come in, Trick Room, and then click buttons on certain Pokemon. Like, he might be thinking, you know what, let me let this Pokemon go down on the Galarian Slowking and then bring Nidoking to break. I'm going to make that's not happening, but Trick Room, 2 moves, then all of a sudden, like, he's trying to think, how do I break this through this Galarian Slowking, because this thing's going to, like, hit me and hit me hard. So really looking forward to getting the Galarian Slowking to do a little bit of work like that, and that should be fantastic. The idea here is, though, not to pop Trick Room early, just let the Fire, Ice, and Psychic coverage do the work, and until it's necessary to pop it. Next up, we have Dash, the Mega Blaziken, Close Combat, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, and Sword Sense is the moveset. Very standard set here, because he's got a base 100 Pokemon in Zapdos, and I don't trust speed here, so I ain't mucking around with it. Jolly Nature, 252, Speed, 252 attack. The real thing here to enable us to win is I need damage on, I need a little bit of damage on the Latias, I need a little bit of damage on the Nidoking, and then +2 kind of would win this game. We'll be able to break through the Spectre with the Shadow Claw, be able to break through the Latias with Shadow Claw if we can get down to like if we can get 50% off the Latias, we're guaranteed to kill it. If I can get 10% off on Nidoking, guaranteed to kill it. So those are the kind of numbers we're dealing with. Like, it was really close. If I can get a little bit of chip on the Rotom Wash as well, we're able to kill it. I need to get like maybe 20-30% on the Rotom Wash. So those are the numbers we're kind of dealing with, you guys. If we're able to kind of get that range, we're in business here all of a sudden, because Mega Blaziken can just sweep. Like, because CC, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, that does the work. Very worried about Stone Edge landing on Zapdos, and I need Stone Edge to land on Zapdos because of the power, so I'm hoping that Stone Edge will land. I was this close to running a Home Claws, this week, but just the damage output from Sword Stance is just too much, and I need it. And you're probably wondering where I can get the SD off. We can get it off in front of the Zarude. Zarude kind of comes in, knocks out one of my Pokemon. Say Cofagris after the Zamazenta is dead. We bring Blaziken, SD, off we go. That's the plan. And last but not least, I'm bringing Big Papa Pump, our Swampert, Earthquake, Flip Turn, Stealth Rock, and Toxic is the moveset. Probably wondering, I still do not know about Toxic on Swampert. Part of me, do I go Toxic, do I go Ice Punch? really hard to know what to do here, but I'm going to run a Toxic because I feel like, again, we're going to see Rotom and Zapdos kind of come in on the Swampert very regularly, and maybe not the Latias, but just getting Toxic on those and wearing them down is huge for us. So I'm going to run dual Toxic. I'm running enough Spadef to make sure that a Spectrier can never 2-hit KO us with a Spec Shadow Ball. So that's what I'm running with, and that way we're able to kind of come in on Spectrier, be able to come in on Nidoking. With our bulk, we'll be able to sponge any hit, and then with Earthquake, Flip Turn, we'll be able to just deal nice passive damage to everybody, knock it around, and we should hopefully get things done. And as I said earlier, Rocks is very important. Getting Rocks up, we should be will enable us to wear down this team very, very nicely to open up the door for Mega Blaziken. But yeah, that's the team. Let's get off into the battle. Alright, you guys, here we are in the battle. I see Nidoking, Zapdos, Zamazenta, Latias, Spectre, and the Rotom Wash. All things I was assuming might come. Little bit surprised to not see the Zarude. That's a little bit of an interesting one for me. I would have thought if we saw Zarude just for the Cofigurus, that would have came. But now that we haven't seen it, that's interesting. Definitely predicting Zapdos and Rotom Wash to be pivots, and then the Zamazenta, Latias, Spectre, and Nidoking to be all out offense and wall breaking potential, because he does have a whole lot of offense, and that is his main way to be able to win this game. Deciding what leads to bring here, honestly, I'm thinking we lead with the Tornado Therian. If he leads with anything, I'm like, depending on what he leads with, I'll be able to U-turn, Toxic, or just pivot out hard. The one thing I'm really hoping is that if he goes into the Spectrier, into the Mega Latias, if he leads with Mega Latias, then I can just kick the Toxic off on that. If he goes to the Spectrier, we just pivot around. What else is kind of good here for us? He could lead with the Zamazenta Crowned either, or I could lead with the Nidoking to get spikes off. To get Rocks or spikes off, that is kind of a little bit scary for me. So part of me is thinking we lead with the Swampert and we kind of go from there. So I'm going to lead with Swampert and see what happens. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh. Now the one thing I did not bring on this team is Defog. I did not bring Defog this week. So that is a concern. But if he does have Toxic Spikes, I can just bring the Glaring Slowking. He indeed brings in this Rotom. I'm okay with just setting up Rocks or going for the Toxic. What is your switch in here to me to break me? Is it the Spectrier? I think we just get our Rocks up. Our Rocks is very free here. If he goes for the, he just goes straight up for the Hydro. I'm okay with that. I'm just going to go for the Toxic now. I have my Rocks off. He might Defog here. That's fine. I'm just going to get a Toxic. I just start to wear this thing down a little bit. It would be a good idea to go into the Glaring Slowking in a moment, but I don't want him to think that, I don't want him to go into Nidoking for free here. So I'm just going to get Toxic off. If he goes into Nidoking, then we'll go right, then we just click Flip Turn, essentially. If he goes into the Zapdos to go for the Defog, then let him go at it, like, you know. He's definitely probably looking at that damage, trying to figure out what it is. Don't blame him. But we're definitely heavily in Spadef. God, I'm nervous today, you guys. He does go for another Hydro. I'm just going to go to get that Toxic off on this thing, which is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to roll right into my Galarian Slowking now. Because screw having to deal with this, dealing with this noise. Swamper's have to take a little bit of damage there, so I would rather if we can just preserve it a little bit. Interesting that he's taking so much damage. Actually, speaking of that damage, I should be doing my own calc here. He could be, it doesn't look like he's, interesting. He might be some modest set or something like that. It's interesting damage that he's gotten off. Okay, this is a free Psychic, so I'm just going to take that and see what he wants to do. If he goes out into the Latias, then that's okay, I think. But I think it's a relatively free Psychic. If he goes into Latias, actually, if he goes into Latias, let me think here. I could definitely go Ice Beam, predicting Latias. I could also go Trick Room and pop that real early. Do I really want to pop that early though? Do I want to pop that overly early? I think I will pop that early because I don't think he stays in here. I think he pivots out. So I am going to pop the Trick Room, as he does indeed go into his Zamazenta. And this is not too bad for us because we're in the Trick Room. I'm just going to go right into my Configurus here. I don't want to think too much about this thing, as we see it take the 3% coming down the rocks, because look, the dual typing is ridiculous. Whoever comes in here, we'll see what he wants to do. Goes for the Behemoth Smash right off the bat. That's fine. Alright, who is your switch? Who is your switch? I would not mind clicking Knock Off here, because I don't think you stay in, right? So let me click the Knock Off. I think you go into Rotom maybe, or you go into the Mega Latias. Which either case, like I would love to body press, but I don't see him doing it. If he stays in here and body presses, he's wild. If he goes for the sub, then that's actually sub is a little bit scary. But I outspeed him though, so knockoff's not the end of the world. I outspeed, so knockoff is it. There's a win trick room, so it's fine. But we reveal the trick room now, so he's obviously going to have a little bit of a think as to like how is he going to wear us down. As he goes into the Zapdos, then I can just wear this thing out. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, beautiful damage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful damage. That's what I want to see right there. That's exactly what I want to see. We get rid of this guy's life orb. I could protect here, just preserve a little bit more damage. I'm going to go into Swampert. I'm going to get another trick room turn here. As you see the EP. Obviously that hurts quite a bit, but I'm going to be able to get some damage off on this point. I think just going for a EQ is fine. Actually, no, he's not gonna. He's not staying in here. Let me flip turn, because there's no way he's staying in here and losing this thing so early. He's just going to go into Zapdos, right? He's just going to go into Zapdos for Road and Wash, so I can just pivot out with the flip turn, preserve this Swampert a little bit more, and we go from there. We go from there. If he does elect to stay in here, it's wild. Like, it's wild to me. We just probably go into the Tornadus and just click buttons, I think at that point, a little bit surprised not to see this route, as he does indeed go into the Zapdos. We're just going to flip turn, get that little bit of damage, and this will give me the Galarian Slowking again, which is perfectly fine. Kind of free to go for a, do you know, we could go for another trick room here. Could go for another trick room. I mean, I'm just going to go for the Psychic Dust. He's just going to defog. I want to get damage off of this. Not too bad. He might go for another. He might go for defog here, so I'm going to trick room. Yeah, sorry, Roost. I should have said. We're just going to go for the TR. I'm just going to click Ice Beam. If he goes into the Zamazenta, so be it. Because the rocks did enough. The rocks have done enough here. Discharge. We eat that up. Perfectly fine. That was a big play there for him not to have gone for the Roost or switch. That was wild. Because our Psychic definitely has this thing within range, right? We did 39% last time, so I'm just going to go for another Psychic. So whoever's going to come in here had to be this thing. Had to be. He had no other choice but for it to be this thing. The Spadef drop is huge there, by the way. I'm clicking Ice Beam again. In comes the Zamazenta. Fine with that. Bit more chip on this thing every single time. Just get a little bit more chip. I'm going to go back into the Cofigris. If he makes that read, great. Goes for the Behemoth Smash. That's fine. Part of me would not mind going for a Willow here. So I am going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. Because if I can nerf this thing a little bit and then just protect, that's fine. It'd be really, really good. I'm trying to look and see where can I click SD, right? Because there's no Zarude, clicking SD with Mega Baskin is a little bit trickier. It's just a little bit trickier. I'm just going to click Protect here just to passively recover here at this point. I want to see what he wants to go for. Does indeed go for the Sludge Wave. I kind of want to go. I think we go into our Tornadus here. So I am going to do just that. I'll see the Earth Power. Perfect. I didn't really have much of a switch in there because the Swampert is so low. I could click Hurricane, which is not the end of the world, I don't think. I think we do. I think if we click Hurricane here, let me just double check. Can I kill if I click Hurricane? Yeah, we do. We can't. It's gone. So I'm clicking the Hurricane. We land. Oh, it's almost dead. It goes to the Sludge Break. Didn't have the Ice Beam. Okay, fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's one threat gone. Beautiful. That is one threat gone. I love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Liking the situation that we're in so far. The Spectre though is a problem. I'm definitely worried about that Spectre. I won't lie. If that thing comes in here now, then we're going to have a think about what we want to do. We have that. We have the Zamazenta chipped away. The Zapdos chipped away a little bit. The Latias chipped a little. Yeah, we got a nice chip. The Spectre though, a little bit worried. We have our base Canano Greninja in the back. We really could do again Ash Grin up. If Zapdos can kind of come in. If Zapdos kind of comes in, I think we have to click the knockoff, right, and just kill it. Just remove it, because it's a problem for my Blaziken. The Galarian Slowking, by the way, has done phenomenal work. Like, it has done phenomenal work in this game. Like, sensational. And the big thing is here, next time we bring some Rotom, we bring the Galarian Slowking, we trick room, and we just go for it again. We just constantly keep on going for it. Because that's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. Is just keep on being a nuisance with it. Not a bad position to be in so far, you guys. Like, truthfully, we're doing quite well. We're doing quite well. I'm very happy with that. But we are getting worn down. Our Zamazenta answer is just getting chipped away, chipped away, chipped away. So we gotta be very wary of that. Now I'm not too worried about this thing being so low health, like, because we can regenerate that HP off. Like, we can just pivot around, regenerate that off, and go back at it again. So it's not too bad. We're doing okay. He does indeed bring this thing in. Yeah, I was thinking you had to. It's quite scary, this. There's no denying this is quite scary. Swampert has kind of done its job here by just being a nuisance. This thing may have also done its job too. I think we go into Swampert, then back. Let me do a calc here first, right? There is a way around this, right? There's a couple of ways around this. If he, you see, it's because of his ability Grimnye. Because Grimnye is essentially Moxie for special attacking. So like, the scary thing is if he knocks something out, he's going to be a +1. That's the terrifying thing. I think the play here is that we sack the Swampert and we bring the Greninja. Because if he goes for this Shadow Ball, like sacking Swampert, we get the Greninja and I can just go for the Dark Pulse. I think that has to be the play. Because Dark Pulse has the chance to kill and Dark Pulse into Water Current will kill. So I think that has to be the play. Because I can keep the Tornadus around. So I think that's what we do. I think that has to be played. So he goes to the Swampert, he's going to knock us out. We see no item there, that's fine. We're going to go right into our Greninja. We should eat this Shadow Ball. Barring a crit, we should eat this. I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse. He goes into the Road and Wash. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, I'm fine with that, I'm fine with that. Alright, so at least he kind of knows that that's an issue. It looks like this thing could be Specs. So at least we kind of know that we have to keep this Greninja alive at full HP for the Spectrier every single time. I'm going to go right into my Galarian Slowking. If he goes for the Volt Switch, great read, great play. And it's free for him now, unfortunately. But he does indeed go for it. Who do you go into the Spectrier yourself? That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. This thing is so especially bulky, by the way. Like, it just ate up that Dark Pulse like it was nothing. So we definitely got to have a rethink here. A rethink as to what we want to do. Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. In comes the Zamazenta. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I'm kind of worried about dealing with going into Configures because he might read that and go into Spectrier. If I can get this calc to work, by the way, guys, it'd be fantastic. I can definitely have a hit here and kick the Trick Room. This is tough. This is tough. This is not an easy one, you guys. I could Fire Blast. I think I'm just going to Fire Blast here and see what he wants to do. He actually elected to stay in there on me. Okay. We get nice damage off. I'm surprised he just went for the attacking move there. I'm going to go into my Configures here. I'm surprised he didn't make that read, but he didn't. But that's okay. We're going to get that. We're going to get that little bit of recovery off there. I kind of want to go for the knockoff here. Oh no, sorry. We're going to kick Body Press. This thing's just getting way too much damage off of me. I'm going to go for the Body Press and just get this thing worn down. Or do I want to go for the knockoff? I think we knockoff in case he goes into this. He goes down into this Zapdos instead. Okay, so there goes your boots, which is fine. Not the end of the world. You're probably going to Roost here, right? You're definitely going to Roost here at this point. So you know what? No monkey business. Go out into the Galarian Slowking. Just go out into the Galarian Slowking. No monkey business. We don't need to do anything. If he goes into the Zapdos and he goes for the Roost, that's great. We're just going to Trick Room next turn, and then we can just click a few buttons. He does Roost. That's fine. I seen Roost, Defog, Discharge, maybe Hurricane. I'm just going to click the TR and put the pressure back on him. If he goes out into the Zamazenta, like maybe a Psychic might be able to kill it. If he goes out, yeah, to be honest, if he goes out into anything, we should be able to provide enough offensive pressure to really be a problem. So we're just going to get a TR off, and I'm going to click Ice Beam. That does 51%. If he just wants to stall out these Trick Rooms, that's fine. Because the worst thing that can happen to him here is he gets frozen. I don't think he wants that. Because he's inviting fate here by just staying in. But we'll see. I have no problem stalling out these, like just clicking the buttons here. Because we're the one with the offensive pressure. We might go Psychic this turn. That's not too bad. That'll do very, very nicely. I'm just going to go for another Trick Room. He might want to go for the Volt Switch. That's fine. He does indeed. I'm going to go for TR. And we'll see what he wants to do. Go out into Latias. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. That's no problem. I am going to go for the Ice Beam. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna get chip on this. The big thing here, right, is that I want, if we're clever here, we could get Blaziken in while it's slower than its Latias and Shadow Claw this, like get this thing within range of Shadow Claw without an unboosted Shadow Claw and beat it. The Zapdos back at full is very annoying. This Rotom is effectively done though, which is good. So we're not doing too bad here. The Tornadus is going to be back relatively healthy as well, so we got options. We got options. But I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball, the Ice Beam here, and put this thing within range. We're not doing too bad. He's definitely struggling with this. He is Calm Mind. Okay. I could stay in here, but I'm also. Do you know what? I ain't going to the Torn. It's kind of scary. This. There's no getting around the fact that this is terrifying. If he's got the Roost, I'm gonna go for the Calm Mind. If he's got the Roost, then let him use it. He does have the Roost. Okay. This is the one thing that's absolutely terrifying for me. I'm gonna go into Torn. As he goes for another one, I have to click the Toxic here, I think. Actually no, because I'm still slower. You have Protect. I should have waited another turn. I don't think I live at +2 Draco. That's the reality of it. Tricky. Tricky. I think we go in here to the Galarian Slowking because he's probably stored power. T-Bolt. Okay, that's fine. We do get powered, but it is what it is. I need this Greninja for the Spectrier. Do I live at +2 T-Bolt from the Mega Latias? Latias is just such a huge problem. Such a huge problem. We ain't living this. We just don't live it. So something has to give. I'm gonna go into my Configurus. Configurus is the one that's gonna have to give. That's fine. I'm gonna go out into that whole transition, that whole sequence just downright sucked. I'm going to have to click Toxic here. That's our only option. We gotta click the Toxic, and please land. Do not miss. I need you to land. He's bugging through my walls pretty nicely. We do land a Toxic. Thank Christ. Thank Christ. That's fine. I'm just going to U-turn because I know he's going to struggle with this set to break through my Galarian Slowking. Or not. Or not. There is a plan. There is a plan. Alright, okay. I think I have an idea how to win this game. This has not gone well, but I think we go into the Tornadus. We click knock off. This gets within range of. We just put this within range of the. We have to put this within range of the Greninja. The Greninja comes in, kicks Dark Pulse. If whatever comes in, we gotta stay it and try and beat it. I'm not liking it though. I'm not liking any of this. Truth be told, I'm not liking any of this. But I think we have to go into the Torn. I can't go into the Grin here. If he goes into the Rotom, then yeah, I think we gotta go into Torn. Not looking good here. Not looking good here at all, you guys. I'm gonna go for the knockoff. If he goes into Zapdos, then that's okay. Honestly, guys, I kind of want him to go into Zapdos, and we just wear him down. Then I bring the Blaziken, let Blaziken do the work, because everything is in range of Blaziken. But I just need to get Blaziken in and get Zapdos within range of the Stone Edge, because everything is just within range at this point. Everything. So it's like, just get the freaking Blaziken in, please. Okay, we got it. We just gotta keep going with the knockoff here. I need to force him to kill me. That's fine. Okay, Grin, please. Grin, I do not tell me I'm gonna have to rely on a Dark Pulse here. On a flinch. I was laddering last night and I got 0 flinches, so I'm like, please don't. I'm gonna have to rely on a flinch or the highest of rolls. I haven't revealed if I am Specs or not. I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse. If he preserves this, I don't know if he preserves this or not. It's gonna go down. Oh, I knew this set was a problem. Oh, I knew this set was a problem. Like, I just had nightmares about this Calm Mind set. I was just like, this set is an absolute problem, like, for me. Okay, we'll take that. Take that. Beautiful. Okay, come on, Grin. Come on, buddy. I need you to do some work for me here, man. Come on. He got me that kill. That was the highest. We needed the highest rolls. Unless he wasn't 252 HP, we needed the highest rolls to get that. Oh my god. Okay. Who comes in here? I just want to make sure if the Spectrier. The Spectrier up against up against Blaziken. If I'm not SD. I got the Shadow Claw and Jolly. Oh, it's not good. Not good. Not good. The Zamazenta here, right? Up against Grin. I think we have to kick the Surf, right? If we don't kill, he's going to CC. He's going to CC and win. Because we just don't kill with the Surf. If I had Hydro, different story. Actually, I should have sacked. I should have sacked the Blaziken. I should have sacked the Blaziken. I should have sacked the Blaziken on the CC. My only hope now is that I kick the SD. If he has quick attack, we're done. But that's massive. If he has the quick attack, I'm pretty sure we just Shadow Claw here, right? No way. If he has the quick attack, we're done. Oh my god. I was not expecting us to live that. Honestly, I was not expecting us to live that. The Shadow Claw does not... Okay, we're at +2. We gotta just... We take the Shadow Claw. Yeah, GG's. He had it. I knew I should have just... I should have just sacked the Blaziken. That sucks. That sucks. But GG to our opponent, he played great. He played great. The Mega Latias is a huge problem for my team. That calm mindset was exactly the set to bring this week against us because we just had setup fodder all over us for that. Big problem. I just knew if he had the quick attack, we were done. If he didn't have the quick attack, we do win. I should have sacked the Blaziken, probably bring the Grin, and then Grin with the Ice Beam might. I don't know if it beats Zapdos though, to be honest. But we are able to then beat this thing. We're able to beat the Grin, the Spectre, and we're able to beat the Rotom. So it is what it is. But yeah, GG to our opponent. He played great. Can't fault him for that. Can't fault him for that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there today, folks. Obviously, a bit down after that. We don't get to finals often. I think it's the second time I've ever been to finals on my channel, so it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't clicked the like button already, please do so. Click the subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Link to that in the description down below. And I'm going to get on up out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.